Prosperity Points. I'm Greg Mayhorn. I'm glad you're joining us today. On behalf of Freedom Word Church, thank you for listening, and I hope that you're blessed by what you hear. We're talking about prosperity, renewing our mind or getting our thoughts in line with God's thoughts about money and material things. Sometimes when preachers talk about this, people immediately think, well, we're getting ready to get into an appeal for money. Surely there's a catch. Surely somewhere there's a bill to be paid, some kind of project to do. And, sometimes that's appropriate. Sometimes that is needed. Sometimes there's things to be done. And if we're going to give, we sure want to give with faith. We want to give knowledgeable of what the Word says. But that's really not my purpose here today. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm trying to put something in you. I'm trying to deposit into you some good seed of the Word of God. A lot of times Christians have the idea that prosperity is kind of a zero-sum game, that there's only so much in the economy, so much in the world, and so therefore, if I get X amount, then that's X amount somebody else can't have, and I'm necessarily taking it from them. That's not how God views this thing. One of the things that God is a creator. And He is the same yesterday, today, and forever, so He's never forgotten how to do that. He's never diminished in His power and ability. So if He was a creator when He made the entire world, the entire universe, then He's still as much a creator with as much power and as much resources as He ever had. He hasn't diminished not one speck. I think about Israel in the wilderness eating their manna for 40 years. Do you know God hasn't lost that recipe? Some of you who like to cook, you know that there's certain dishes maybe that you need the recipe for. You don't have it all memorized. And it's so frustrating to not be able to find that recipe. You stuck it somewhere. I thought it was here. No, it's not there. That happens. But God is not that way. He hasn't forgotten how to make manna. And my whole point is, God could create anything needful to fulfill a promise He's made to you. He doesn't have to take it from somebody else to bless you. He's got enough power and enough resources to create it new and fresh if necessary. But the fact is, the resources of this earth have not yet been told. We haven't found it all yet. The resources of the planet have not yet been depleted or exhausted. And that's one reason I'm not worried about, the earth being destroyed by us here in this latter day. I'm not really worried about global warming or any of the rest of that stuff, because I know that God did not create a world that wouldn't survive and sustain us as long as we need to be here. There's going to be global warming, but the biblical version of global warming is the earth being renovated by fire. It's not going to be a smokestack that destroys you. Sin is what destroys people. So that's just something to think about, I guess. But I want to leave you with a statement today that is a real blessing to me. And this is from the book Christ the Healer, page 105, by the way, by an author by the name of F.F. Bosworth, a man who's been with the Lord for many years now, but was a great pioneer of Pentecost and a pioneer of the healing ministry. And he made this statement, and it was so good, I want to share it with you. He said, God's way of doing everything is by making promises and then by fulfilling them wherever they produce faith. End of quote. And so you see, no matter what you read in the Bible, no matter what you renew your mind to in the Word of God, that tells you about God's goodness and abundance and blessing for you, you don't have to ever be concerned that there's not enough power and enough resources in God to bring that promise to pass. That's just how He does things, and He wants to bless you today.